You are watching a special presentation from Tinkle Group Gaming. Hello guys, and welcome here to the Lyft National Series. This is race number 35, or 32 rather, oh my goodness, from the Lyft National Series here at Martinsville Speedway. Today we present to you I believe the Draft Top 250 here. I'm Brian in the booth with you today. Starting from the pole will be Dan Hummel in the number 25. And to his outside will be the number 5 of Nikolai Sykes. As we get going here, it is the second to last race of season number 3. It is also the final race before we run the Championship 4 next Friday night under the lights at Rickey Raceway. So with that, let's take a look at your playoff scenario right now. Of course, Scott Upton, he enters this race 21 points to the good, and he is the points leader. Now, you may be wondering, why are you showing playoff points on that list when it doesn't matter? They can't transfer to the next round. Well, the reason we show them, of course, keep in mind, the wins are the ultimate tiebreaker, which Dennis Shelmerdine has. But the playoff points are the second tiebreaker. So drivers like Jordan Stewart and Skylar Martin, who are on the outside looking in, basically all these drivers on the outside looking in do not have an advantage whatsoever in playoff points. If it came down to it, of course, Tyler Blurick doesn't have an advantage at all. He does have the 18 playoff points, but he does not have a win. So if he ties with any of those drivers for the fourth and final spot, he would be eliminated from playoff contention. But again, all eyes will be on Jordan Stewart, Karen James, Skylar Martin, and Nick Martin as they look to race their way in here today. But could Scott Upton stay out in front as well? Will we see one of these drivers win? Of course, keep in mind, Nick Martin, he's 24 points out. If he wins, he upsets he knocks somebody out. And of course, we'll see what happens as we get going for the second to last time here this season at Martinsville. Let's roll the intro. When we come back, the green flag in just a moment.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Here we go. The pace car is off. Dan Hummel will lead these cars through 3 and 4 under the lights here at Martinsville. As we get ready to go racing here, they make their way to the Geico restart zone. The green flag flies. We're underway at Martinsville. Dan Hummel will lead the opening lap here today. Scott Upton, I believe, might have just cleared for second, and he did. So now he's going to set his sights on the race leader. Zach Fitzwater's also back there. Fitzwater will have to race his, or will have to solidify his spot in the Cup Series Championship for tomorrow. Of course, that race at 7:30 p.m. Eastern here on Tinkle Group Gaming. Again, 1 week from the championship race. And we can't wait to bring it to you here on Tinkle Group Gaming. And of course, the other big thing to keep in mind, and we'll go more into detail tomorrow, this race, of course, championship race next Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, here on Tinkle Group Gaming YouTube, rather. But of course, the Cup Series will be running at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. That is a big change from the previous seasons. We're keeping an eye on this battle for second. Tell Fitzwater's trying to work him over, and now he's going to get a nose in there. Nothing doing. But again, so this race, or championship race for the Lyft National tomorrow, or I'm sorry, next Friday rather, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, as Zach Fitzwater just completed the pass for second on Scott Upton, the current points leader. But again, the Cup Series will be Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube as well. But on Thursday night, we set the lineup for the Cup Series race. That will be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night here on Tinkle Group Gaming. So you will want to tune in for that. Something we've never seen before in a championship race. We have duels to set the lineup. Of course, it will be the final time the Jello Cup Series part-timers will be in the field. That'll be interesting for one Cup Series part-timer who is in the field and also in the playoffs for the Lyft National Series. That is Parker Smith in the number 4. Of course, he will attempt to qualify next race at Ricky in the Jello Cup Series. But he will also, if he advances, he will also have to race for the championship the next night, which could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Battle for the lead. That's Fitzwater and Dan Hummel. Let me tell you, Fitzwater looks strong here. This could be bad news for everyone tomorrow night. Of course, tomorrow night, he enters the race tomorrow night. He'll have a 9-point advantage over the cut line tomorrow night. But he has the third least amount of playoff points. That's another thing to keep in mind. And this battle's intense, but we saw Fitzwater demonstrate great patience when he battled Scott Upton for second. And you see here, he's just quietly kind of working him over. Of course, Dan Hummel, the Season 1 Lyft National Series champion. And here we go. We got ourselves a battle now. Inside, Zach Fitzwater. To the line, Dan Hummel. But here it is. Is this going to be the pass? Will he clear? No. He's going to have to dive it into turns 3 and 4, and Dan Hummel does just that. Can he make it stick? Maybe to the line. Fitzwater will lead the lap. And he won't make it stick. Fitzwater clears. He'll take the race lead away from the Season 1 champ. We mentioned Fitzwater will be battling for the championship for tomorrow. Or for his spot in the championship for tomorrow, rather. Of course, he came so close to making the playoffs here in the Lyft National Series this season. Unfortunately, he missed out. But he's here today. He's competing. And he's looking pretty good so far. And look at that lead. It's just growing from this point. Surprisingly, we've been caution-free to this point, of course. In the past races here at Martinsville, they've been pretty wacky. They've been pretty wild, to say the least. So this is quite a change in pace from that. Maybe it's just the lights are down and there's no full moon tonight. That's a possibility. No real change in the lead. Let's check in on some of the playoff drivers. Of course, we did check in on Scott Upton. He's in third. But we start with the 65 Karen James, the 4 of Parker Smith. Of course, both of them looking to race their way in to the championship 4. Karen James is only 8 points back of Tyler Blurick, rather. And he's 1 point back of Jordan Stewart. Or she's 1 point back of Jordan Stewart. Man, I can't speak. Where is Tyler Blurick right now? He runs in 19th. That's a difference of about 12 points on the track. So as of now, keep in mind Parker Smith is in at the moment. He entered this race above the cut line. But as of now, it looks like it could be Karen James that's above the cut line. Of course, we will have a post-race show to show you the points. Jordan Stewart runs in the 17th spot, but he's in a battle right now with Samet Ozkan. And the pit stops have begun, so we are going to finish up that segment real quick to show you the pit stops. Fitzwater's on pit road. Skylar Martin, I flipped the names by mistake. It's Skylar Martin in the number 6, and then Nick Martin in the 27. So forgive me. So Skylar Martin is on the pit lane here. Either way, both of them got to race their way in. I'm going to have to double check to be sure I got everything right. '66 now the leader. That is Tim Randolph, and he will be another one that'll have to race his way in tomorrow night. So getting the experience here on the Lyft National side. Let's see where Fitzwater comes out in this cycle. He'll be the race leader. So Zach Fitzwater once again retains the race lead. He's got a 4-second advantage over Dan Hummel. And look, there's a car wrecked. It's number 8, Reggie Fogelman. Another one that's going to be racing his way in tomorrow. And we don't have a caution for that. What are we doing? 19 is in trouble there. That's Mitchell Collins. I don't know how we didn't have a caution for that. But we stay green. And now we got a caution. So there it is. Caution flag is out. And it saves Fitzwater from having to battle with this lap traffic because Dan Hummel was closing. And it saves the 45 and others as they will not have to race to stay on the lead lap here in Martinsville. Let's go see what happened. We saw Reggie Fogelman around earlier, and he just adds to the issue here. He gets hit by the 18 of Connor Breton and spins around in front of traffic, although I don't get why his first spin wasn't a caution, but this one was. Either way, rough day going for Reggie Fogelman. We'll take you back to the green in just a moment. Welcome back. We received the 1 to go signal. Mitchell Collins, the Meadows, kind of pair of teammates out of this race. No playoff drivers a lap down, so that's always a good sign. Zach Fitzwater will be the race leader. Dan Hummel in second. Skylar Martin in third. Louis G in fourth. They stack it up. Anyway, we'll go back to the front. Green flag. We're back underway. Keep an eye on Skylar Martin, too. I believe he's 9 points to the good. Again, I will have to double check, because on my phone it's saying it's saying Skylar Martin's in the 27. So again, I'm gonna have to double check because of the confusion. So bear with me. And I think the 6 just came to the pits. And he did. This will put an end to his playoff run. In all likelihood, that just ended the playoffs for the number 6 team. So, don't matter which Martin it is, playoff run is over for that one at least. Well, for Skylar, so Nick Martin is still alive. Well, we got ourselves a battle to get back on the lead lap, rather. That is Alex Underwood. He was one of the playoff drivers earlier, and of course got eliminated in the round of 12. And he's looking to get his lap back from Zach Fitzwater. We saw Fitzwater demonstrate patience to get the lead the first time around. Will the 68 demonstrate that same patience trying to get his lap back? Kieran James up to 4th. That's something to keep in mind. Caution's back out. A wreck in turn 1. That'll bring out our second caution of the day with 10 laps of racing to go. Let's go see what happened. Zachary Orlando takes out Connor Breton here. And I don't know if you can even defend that as, close racing. That's just, he straight up turned up and caught Connor Breton. Those two might have some words after this race. We'll take you back to the green in just a moment. Here we go. We are going to have ourselves a restart with 5 laps of racing to go. The 68 Alex Underwood, he did pit under the caution, and that will allow Dan Hummel to get a clean shot at Zach Fitzwater for the win. You see Karen James and others stacking it up back there, but it is Zach Fitzwater, Dan Hummel, Keith Stevens. We're back underway. Now here's where things get interesting. We know back here, while we do have a battle for the win with 4 to go, this could be a battle right here, a playoff spot. We know Scott Upton is in based on where he sits right now. And all these two have to do is just race clean. They don't have to do anything else. But of course, all eyes have to be on the 10 of Tyler Blurick. Of course, 8 points separate him with Karen James. And Tyler Blurick runs 28th, so it looks like, as of now, his playoff run could be coming to an end to the 65, who made it in on the last race of the regular season. 2 laps of racing to go here at Martinsville. We are about a mile away from the Championship 4 in Canada. And Fitzwater pulling away, but he's got to make it to the white flag for the race to be official. And he will. 1 lap of racing to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. Talk about a confidence boost going into tomorrow night's race for the Jello Cup Series. Zach Fitzwater, we mentioned it, he barely missed the playoffs here on the Lyft National side, but he's going to make up for it with yet another win. Zach Fitzwater wins at Martinsville. And the 23, by the way, on the pit lane, he's got an issue, and it looks like both Nick and Skylar Martin will not advance to the next round. Tentatively, it appears that Karen James will be battling in the Championship 4. As Tyler Blurick was running about 28th. Again, it was a 9-point deficit. And I think we can safely say congratulations to Karen James and Scott Upton, as they will for sure be the 2 in the Championship 4. We will, and actually the 23 was Dennis Shelmerdine. So now we question what goes on with the 23 after this. We'll find out in just a few moments. Let's show you results. We'll be back in about 15 seconds with the post-race show here on Tinkle Group Gaming. Don't go anywhere. First off, we want to say congratulations once again to Zach Fitzwater. He is today's winner at Martinsville. As we take a look at the playoff picture now. Oh boy, that late issue for Dennis Shelmerdine will knock him out of the playoffs. Tyler Blurick, your regular season champion. He's been the most consistent all year, but not where it mattered. He will also be eliminated, joining Skylar and Nick Martin. Congratulations to Scott Upton. He will be, of course, battling for the championship with Parker Smith, Karen James, and Jordan Stewart sneaks in as well. There's no tiebreakers needed to determine the final spot. And those 4, all Chevys, by the way. Interesting enough, actually, everybody was a Chevy in the round of 8. So it didn't matter. Actually, everybody in the playoffs was a Chevy, now that I look at it. Holy crap. But needless to say, it'll be if you want to predict the manufacturer, an easy championship 4 to predict. But of course, an eventful one that should occur, of course, Parker Smith, a Cup Series, or last year's Cup Series rookie. So he's run the Cup Series before. Karen James, Jordan Stewart, 2 newcomers to the Lyft National Series, as well as, Jordan Stewart, the total newcomer, will be battling for the title, and Scott Upton, the Jello Cup Series season number 6 champion. They will all do battle next Friday night under the lights at Ricky Raceway, and we can't wait to watch it and to bring it to you here on Tinkle Group Gaming. We want to thank you for watching. We will see you at Ricky Raceway. Until then, goodbye, everyone.